Well, here we are. But what?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Xavier? What are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in... Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around...
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two...
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatar's...
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a...
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a... Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always... But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to... Of course! Don't...
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with you today? Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be here for you. Hey, don't mention... All right, let's head off and go eat...
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh,
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Ya betul. Kita akan kulit kursi juga apa?
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler, remember how last time
What did you find out? Some...
It's a long story. Basically,
Wow. So many...
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's... Ugh.
This new information...
Yes, yes, okay. Point taken. You...
and they're back at it. These guys are...
Oh, so sorry. Look at us.
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything.
Will do.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark. Huh? Huh?
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma. The balladeer?
Good name.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me? Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? That's quite a... So, this puppet known as the Balladeer... But how was he even able to do that? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Nevertheless, So, you believe this person really exists? Yes. The Traveler comes from a world, so if there's anyone in the world capable... Paimon's having a hard time understanding... I can only make inferences based on the information... Something else worrying you? Something that you can't
what?
share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died. Once the Balladeer realized he couldn't keep hating humans after that. The story makes sense. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the Doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Ermin's. That power then enabled him to change. Yeah, it does make... It just feels so hopeless. Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange... What is it? A record from a personal collection. You should take a look.
Find it.
Is this a fairy tale? I authored this record myself. Huh? You? When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Hold on. So this Yes. Any information changing the information, but Irminsul can't change information. That's incredible! And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. This story is abstracted, but if we connect all the different pieces... There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too... Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. The monster smiled, led the fox toward the The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, The foxes have decided. The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kittens, how it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. We solved it! I remember now. This is not just the balladeer's story. To become a god, this memory was extracted from him by creating a deity was just... I buried it deep inside one of... It's hard to believe that this person really... Paimon has no memory of him at all. The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about before he vanished. He confirmed an important... We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the... It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But this is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of and that is what you have been doing all along. Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later. Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her... You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that, but Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
In monetary terms. Huh? Huh? If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark. Huh? Huh? Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. Huh? Huh? The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms.
Can you hear Paimon? We're here! What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something. What is it? Have you figured it out? Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
No. Like,
Hey! Hey, wait!
hey!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal. Look, if you're gonna help out here,
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so—
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
you're a strange one, kiddo. You say you... I don't want to take advantage.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me.
You're welcome, I guess.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more.
Stop. I'm gonna level with... You don't want money. You don't take...
That's right. We can talk more about that later.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight.
Welcome. Get your spices here. We've got all kinds.
Ha! Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what do we put? Oh, all right.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
Oh,
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blunt. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. I have no recollection.
Are you
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
a puppet?
No.
What makes him...
Huh?
You were right. The look...
I guess you do know me after all. That is... Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me
Rotation.
down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these...
Are you really working for that guy?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm,
Yeah.
and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then let's return to the city.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. Huh? Huh?
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right...
Oh, you really went and picked some...
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down. Imagine you and me for a second. But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing.
But I don't... No. You're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for...
Don't mention it, kiddo.
Thank you. All right, done.
Keep up.
What's wrong? Huh?
Hello. I do apologize.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself.
Well, it seems more relevant in my case.
Oh.
To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me.
I wouldn't call it the past. I don't like to rely on using. Oh, like a past? Yes, something far more distant.
Okay, I have to ask. Oh, you want to tell me, but you can't bring. If it's that difficult to talk about, but I'll be able to handle it.
Is truth something you care?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. You nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence.
I gave everything I had.
In terms of the outcome alone.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely. Each choice a person makes belongs.
That is the nature of truth.
It seems like my previous incarnation.
We're not trying.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to?
Frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk!
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom.
Yes, it's all true.
Please, I want to see them for myself.
Even though it will cause your presence some.
I'm just a puppet. With no heart and no name.
Very well. Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on the. Oh, good point.
Understood.
Thank you. This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information. These memories will show you the raw truth. But be aware that...
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well...
All right.
Wanderer, this is the shocking...
Is that because this is...
You could...
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. No, there's no way. There's someone past... You're awake. What happened? How'd you get... Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa.
And the rest is history.
In the original version of events,
Let me get you out of here.
during the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The balladeer, then known as the Kabukimon, as the second in command at Tatarasuna, but Katsuragi had sworn life.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for...
Okay, I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but he kept coughing all the time.
But you can't.
Yup, we're family now.
This child didn't have a name. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family!
The voices have gone.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
You can't run! Well, Midnight Phantasm in Shroud!
No slacking, I see through you!
This capture
duty at an end.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered
such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinate? Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time?
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to...
Surely you're not worried about...
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child...
I'm merely lighting a little fire in the... Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequence. Look at you. Oh, don't get... By then, see you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue?
The plot does not end here.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duty.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this...
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was... Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other.
That was gracefully worded.
I suggest you speak...
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister...
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
You're a god.
If you accept that he is you,
In your eyes?
do you think there are any difference? Whoever has tasted the joys,
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, no matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Can you return my memory?
Huh? But won't that mean...
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of... As a puppet living in a human world,
regaining your memories means reverting complete. Are you sure you...
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. But then I met you. I've always felt I have an innate tendency, so I beg you. Grant...
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
Jangan positif ya.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is... my...
Is he alright?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. This is trying my patience. Have you got any more stupid questions?
Insignificant past!
Behold!
At my command, you shall fall!
Feeble human! Search for it! The wind rises.
Insignificant past!
Know your place.
My endless cycle begins!
Behold! Follow me. The wind rises. How amusing. Imbecile! What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too.
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're but don't worry. Thanks to you.
The memory recovery seemed...
Come on.
Welcome back, Traveler. Paimon, Bel...
It feels like we just...
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just... After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to... I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for...
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may...
But that doesn't mean your own past...
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had. You weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see it. Changing the world, what you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not.
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little?
Even if I'm completely worthless, Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul.
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a... But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was...
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my...
Utility to others is what gives me worth. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helper.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that. Traveler, in the future, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened? But I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, so that's how you found out whose fate. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops into some things in this. Everything that you feel is real, and to be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not.
But humans can't live without a heart.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without the past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer you...
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty...
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal.
Why?
Because...
The Then I hope we...
A name is life's first gift. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new...
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a
Have you got... Are you sure? Okay. Have you got... Are you sure? Okay. Have you got anything?
Ya todo papel.